So the Harrison Festival this year is July 8 to 16.
Yep.
We're with Andy Hillhouse from the festival. And what's coming up this year that we can look forward to as far as great acts as you always have?
Well, this year, in one thing we're doing is we've got a lineup in the hall that's totally Canadian. We kind of, wanted to focus on on Canadian talent. We always do have Canadian talent, predominantly Canadian talent. Um, but this year, it's unusual for all the acts in the hall to be Canadian. Kind of in a little bit in celebration of Canada 150, and so that's a major thing this year. And to have a lineup that's Canadian, but very diverse musically, culturally, stylistically, and everything. Um, we've One of the better recognized names will be Colin Linden for blues fans in Canada. He's from Toronto, and he was like almost a child prodigy in a way, or a teenage prodigy anyway. When he was very young, he was like a blues, already, touring with great blues acts. He actually hung out with Howlin' Wolf and ended up doing things like producing records by the band. His list of things just go on and on. He's a member of Blackie and the Rodeo Kings, and another member of Blackie and the Rodeo Kings. We're not getting the whole band, but we're getting them in segments. We're getting Colin Linden, and Stephen Fearing is coming too on the Thursday. Colin's on the Sunday, the 9th, and Stephen Fearing's on the Thursday. So he's in a double bill with Ferris and Jason Romero from northern BC. And then we've got in terms of other styles of music, we've got really great Cuban music from Adonis Puentes and the Voice of Cuba Orchestra on Friday in the hall. And what's really cool about that show is that Adonis, who's a wonderful singer, part of the Puentes brothers, his brothers Alexis Puentes, or Alex Cuba as he's known, but Adonis is his dad is coming from Cuba, and his dad's a well-known Cuban musician there. So it's kind of that's a little more connected to that sort of Buena Vista Social Club kind of generation, and so that should be really a great night of authentic Cuban music, great for dancing. And then on that second Saturday, we've got a wonderful group from Montreal that's also got a bit of a Latin flavor, but mixed with, oddly enough, kind of Eastern European gypsy vibe. Big band called Gypsy Cumbia Orchestra, 13 people, with a lot of dancing, kind of a circus, vibe to them. It should be really fun. They put on a really great, exciting show. I think people are going to really enjoy that. Other things in the hall we've got are Coig from Cape Breton. So, making sure we have some music from the East Coast there, and they're sort of the best of the young, traditional players in Cape Breton. There's a little bit of singing. There's of course lots of fiddling, step dancing. They're a quartet of amazing players, and are sort of a band that might appeal, to all ages, but a younger band with a young appeal too is a band called Shred Kelly and they're from the Kootenays. They're kind of, they kind of came out of the ski culture, and the music's sort of this folk pop, upbeat folk pop, and I think it'll be fun. I've seen them. They've got great energy, and a good band. And then we're finishing off the festival with Alpha Yaya Diallo, who's really kind of like a fixture in Vancouver in terms of world music. He came out, and on his first tour, he played the Harrison Festival. He was with a group. I can't remember their name now, but they were from Guinea in Africa. He's from Guinea, and they came out in the '80s, and that was his first tour out here. And then he ended up deciding he wanted to live here, so he was at Harrison on that first tour. So it's he's been here, over the years. He's been here a few times, but he's a great great guitar player. One of the world's great African guitar players, actually.
Now, a lot of the acts are in the Memorial Hall in Harrison, but
Yeah.
of course there's acts on the beach as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the beach lineup this year. Again, lots of diverse stuff. We've got some international acts coming in on the beach. We've got a group really sort of standout from this year. I think will be and interesting, sort of culturally interesting. Will be a group from Haiti called Chuk Bois Libité. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but they're a group that does, it's like Afro tribal syncretic religious music in a way of voodoo, which is sort of an amalgamation of tribal, religious music from animistic traditions in Africa, in probably Nigeria, I think, with Catholicism, and it's like a mixture. And all those traditions, like you have voodoo, you have candomblé in Brazil, you've got Santeria in Cuba, they all involve drumming and dancing. And this is kind of like a concert presentation of that kind of ritual music. And so I think it's going to be really interesting. And they're also doing a workshop where they explain, their cultural music and demonstrate it and have some bit of participation and stuff. And that's going to be on the Friday that they're doing that, on the 14th. And let's see, I've got a great accordion player from Italy called Filippo Gambetta, playing with a BC, a wonderful musician. Emmeline Stam is a great piano player. Two of them have a duo, and they'll be on the beach the first weekend. And also another great sort of virtuoso. You got a couple of virtuosic sort of musicians coming. Is Enrique Casas from Brazil, and he plays the cavaquinho, which is like a ukulele, but he's the world's one of the great masters of it, and he's coming here to Harrison. So kind of exclusively, really. They've got one other gig in Tsawwassen, and that's it. They're doing out here, so it's exciting to have him. He's a master of Brazilian music. Some fun acts like Coco Jaffro and from Vancouver, some fun Vancouver-based world music acts. Buckman Coe, another one. He's kind of reggae. He's on the second weekend. Small Glories coming to the beach. They're like an amazing folk duo from Winnipeg, sort of powerful folk and a little bit of rocky influence in what they do as well. Yeah, lots of great stuff.
All right. And the website, so we can get all the details on the festival.
Yeah, at harrisonfestival.com is the website, and please check it out because it's new this year. It's a brand new website, and we're really proud of it. It's got a new look. We think it's friendly to use, and if you click, you'll see the pictures of the bands. You just click on the pictures of the bands, and it'll lead you to all the information, where you can book tickets, where you show time and place of the performance, and we're really happy with it. It's a big part of what we did this year to raise the profile of the festival.
Yeah, I've seen it. It looks great. Well, thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
All
yeah,
right.
Good to talk to you.